EmceeTV.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Wilson. You watching EmceeTV The Podcast, coming at you live from EmceeTV Studios in Des Moines, Iowa. And today I got the homie Drama Mafia music with me. Bro, what's good?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. I just want to check this real quick, make sure everything's coming out nice and crispy
Yes, sir.
to the viewers. But it looks good. I think we're cool. I guess I should make sure you.
Yeah. Check.
Yeah. No,
I think
we're cool.
Cool, man.
All right, yeah. So let's get on here. Let's introduce yourself a little bit. Tell the folks who you are and what you do.
It's been a minute since I've been on the podcast. I took a break back from the music. I had a lot of like personal stuff going on, and that gave like inspiration to. I've been trying to tie my music in with like a message for a long time. I could never really figure it out. And then a while back, my nephew had passed away on top of everything that I was going through. And I was like, man, I was just sitting there like meditating. I was like, I'm going to start working on a book. And so the book is called Remember the Crown. Kind of just like my views on things, you know.
So you're saying you wrote a book?
Yeah, I wrote a book. Yeah, it's going to be released this summer. I'm going to release. My son's been talking me into doing one last EP, so I'm going to release it with the EP, and that'll be the last time I get on the mic.
And how many pages is the book?
88 pages.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who did you go through? Do you have a publisher?
I'm going to self-publish.
Okay, so what does that entail? What does that kind of mean?
So basically, typed it up, cleaned it up, send it off to the publisher, pay it, and have hard copies printed up. I don't have like any delusions of grandeur that's going to be like a bestseller or anything like that. But I'm trying to. It's for people like me, you know, like they kind of beat the odds, you know. And it's like a mind state, but it's not preachy, you know. It's just a philosophy book, my philosophy, how I've turned my life around, you know.
Okay.
Yep.
And now when you say turn around, let's tap in on that a little bit. Turn around from.
Well, you've known me for a long time.
Well, this is more for the viewers that don't.
Yeah.
You gotta give them a little backstory on this one.
Growing up, I was wild, you know, just like everybody else. Had rough patches when I was young. I was one of those dudes that like teachers were like, you ain't gonna see 18. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Out there bad, you know. Been, you know, just a typical story of a dude from the neighborhood, you know.
Made some rough choices.
Yep. Had a rough patch, and then you know, turned it around. I work full time now. Got my son full time. Oh, sorry. Yep. I'm over here moving around. Got my son all the time, you know. But yeah, there's some things you just can't express like in music. You have to just put it on paper, like as a statement, I guess, you know. And you know, I mean, you know me, I'm a creative dude, and I want to help other creatives and just inspire, you know.
Okay, so the book, tell me a little bit more about that.
Okay. What do you want to know? Like,
well, okay, so
11 chapters.
And is it your story, like an autobiography, or
no. It's more like
a self-help book? Or?
Yeah. More like it'd be like, yeah, if you found it in the bookstore, you'd be like, it would be in the self-help. It's like, you know, Think and Grow Rich, Poor Dad, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, that style of book.
So it's basically your voice kind of talking to the reader.
Yeah,
And
from more of like a a lot of those books are like have a lot of like religious overtones or like they don't really use like plain speech. They use crazy words that you're like, that don't make no sense. I'm trying to put it out there from an everyday guy's perspective, but not so like the title of the book is Remember the Crown, right?
Mhm.
But that means like it's because we got royalty in us, and we gotta like embrace that.
Okay.
Yeah. But royalty isn't an ego. It's like it's quiet, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so how if I wanted to find the book, when's the book come out?
In this summer, I'm still projected July.
Okay.
So, if everything goes right,
It's like 3 more months.
I have copies and yep.
And so you're gonna like pay and have some hard copies printed up.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
nice. And
Yep.
then are you doing a digital release too, or just hard?
I thought about that. I thought about just my first thought was to just give it away. And then like something inside of me was like, man, you're not really honoring yourself if you just give it away. The game is to be sold, not to be told, And people I feel like people respect something more if they pay for it. Like if somebody just gives you a book, you're oh sweet. You know what I mean? This is pretty much my whole life story in the book, but not as my life story, right? It's my thinking, I know coming up, that was one thing that I really studied and like was interested in successful people, how they thought. Like I'd look at the artists and be like, man, I see what they're doing like on the outside, but what are they thinking? Like how did they get there? What's the mind state? What's the choices that got them there?
Sure.
And that's pretty much what I'm
I always
facilitating.
I always feel like the person that gets to a level of professional sports or a level of professional acting or musician has a lot of drive, because you got to be a person that when the average person wants to go and clock in and work 6 hours or 8 hours for a shift, you got to be that dude that's ready to clock in and work 10, 12, 14 hours and go, I can't. So if I want to get ahead, I can't work this little 8 hours. I got to work 10, 12, 14 hours.
Absolutely.
And I think that a lot of those people, you know what I mean? You hear stories of rappers sleeping on couches, or, I think Elon Musk said he slept on the factory floor for a lot of years while he was building shit, just because he never left the factory.
Hey, you remember when I used to sleep at the studio?
Yep.
I would work till 3 a.m, sleep on a little cushion, go to work at 8, right back at it.
Yeah.
Like 8 months straight. Yep.
Yeah, you got to be dedicated. You got to be dedicated.
And that's kind of, what you'll get from Remember the Crown, like that's what it is,
Yeah.
Hard work, dedication. Like I'll go back to my I don't think that it's gonna, like I don't know what's gonna happen from the book, but if I change one person's life, or if it like helps somebody like make a better choice, I feel like I'm doing my job. Ain't that the point?
For sure.
It definitely was when I was doing music. I never was in it for like, God dang it.
Yeah, you gotta be careful, bro.
I was never in it for like big money. I wanted to create opportunities for people,
Yep.
That's what it was always about to me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah. And then, as far as like the EP, I wasn't even gonna do any more music, like not like getting on the mic, but my son keeps pushing me. He's like, Dad, he's listening to like unreleased songs. He's like, you got to do one more, Dad. Do one more. He's like, he made it real dramatic. He's like, we need you. I was like, all right. I'll do one more.
Okay.
So, and then I'm hanging the mic up.
You're gonna produce it and record. And...
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to, like, so there's a couple people from Des Moines that that I'd like to work with before I hang it up. And I've reached out to them, like Trip and Ray West. I want to work with them. Maybe get you on some production. So, you know what I mean? And just like one last hurrah.
Okay.
With the dudes, you know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah. For sure.
So I've been messing with Trip for like 20 years. Ray, I've always wanted to work with him. We just never really crossed paths until you guys started working, so.
And both them dudes been out here pounding the ground for a long time.
Yeah. Yep.
With the EP, how many songs are you thinking?
Okay, so I got like just a freaking arsenal of production. So I don't know, to be honest. That'll be like, it's not gonna be like an album. I don't even have that much as far as like lyrics to say at this moment. You know what I mean? It could, it could change any minute. But like 5 songs probably.
Okay. That's dope.
Yep.
Well, cool, man. That's exciting. When will that come out? Is that supposed to come out?
That's going to come out. That's projected to come out alongside of the book.
Okay, so
that'll be like free on Spotify and YouTube or whatever. But to go along with the book. But,
okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, cool, man. Well, that's exciting. That's exciting. And you've already kind of got the ground working on that a little bit. You know what I mean? You got things. You said you reached out to Ray, you reached out to Trip for the music, and you got the book going.
Yeah.
What's the? Is there a lot of lead time when you go to get a book printed and produced and stuff like that?
Man, no, not really. It's okay. So it's like a lot of like prep work. It's like because you gotta write it out, and then you type it out, and then you print it out. It's just like when you're listening to music. Or when you're editing music in the studio, you go in there, oh, I'm going to change this word. Oh, that didn't really hit the way that I wanted to. So, I mean, the book is short and sweet, but it was a lot of work. It was a year. It was a year that it took. So
for sure.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. That's exciting. My little brother Cap just wrote a book too. So
did he?
Yeah. So I've always been kind of intrigued by that process, but I don't know much about it or how it works or anything like that. So, what about the cover? Who did the cover?
Me. I just drew something up and then put it through AI and.
Oh, nice.
Had AI cleaned it up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty much all from my mind, Yep.
Okay. Cool. That's exciting, man. That's exciting. Are you gonna have a website or anything for people to find the book at?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't have it yet, so I don't want to speak on it yet. So it's basically just getting an announcement out what I'm doing. Like I know people reach out to me all the time, like, "What are you doing, man?" I kind of have that way about me where I go into recluse mode. I don't tell nobody what I'm doing, so I just thought, so I just thought I'd put it out there. Come on the podcast, messing with my boy Steve.
Yes, sir.
In a minute.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Yeah.
Bro, that's super exciting, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited, happy that you reached out. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So we could come on here and talk about it a little bit. Was it difficult to write the book, or was that?
Man, like I'm like a real like human perspective, man. It was like, so I was going through it, and
in terms of what, like life stressing you out.
Yeah, things hit me in a different, like I'm not a real emotional person, but when a lot hits you at a time, and out here working 18-hour days, doing all this craziness, I was like, and it just kind of came to me like almost in like a meditation,
Okay.
Yep. It was like, that's where it's like, got to start remembering the crown,
Oh, shout out to the homie Big Ray West up in here. I'm hoping to have a podcast with him here in a couple hours too. So, but salute to Ray. He jumped up in here. He's checking out the pod. Much love, bro. Much love. He's checking in from the job today. That's cool. Man, that's so the book was almost kind of therapeutic then. You know what I mean? Like when you were going through a tough time, it kind of.
Man, the intention is to help others, but I was helping myself while I was doing it. You know what I mean? Like, I had a lot of things I had to deal with, and I'm not the type to really like talk about things. You know what I mean? So I just do what I know.
Okay.
Put it on the paper. And as far as like music, I'm hanging up the mic, but I'll still be producing. So,
okay.
Yeah. I don't think I'll ever stop producing.
Is writing something that you've done a lot in the past?
Well, I usually it was like for rhymes,
right?
Like in that form. But like as I grow older, it's like, I'm just getting too old to be rapping. Like for me.
Now let's dive in on that. You think you say too old to be rapping?
Yeah.
By what standard?
By my own, I guess. Like what am I gonna rap about? Like taking my kid to karate.
Yeah.
I mean,
what's wrong with that?
I could find a unique way to say that.
Yeah, man. As long as you got something to talk about,
right?
I mean, there's definitely people sometimes get writer's block, but my homie Ray West says, you're always experiencing life, and you should always have something to write about.
Right. Yep.
So just as you and I are talking right now. You know what I mean? You could talk about going on the podcast, you know what I mean? And
that's true.
And the book and whatever else. And then whatever tomorrow brings.
Right. Hey, you never know. Hey, somebody might read the book and be like, hey man, I want you to make a whole album. Or you never know what's gonna happen. I'm just saying at this point in my mind state, I didn't even want to do any like rapping, but my son talked me into it. So it's like,
How old's he now?
10.
Okay.
Yeah. He started to get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other day, I'm in the kitchen just like doing some dishes or something. Like, what is that? Look out the window. My son's out there just getting it. Like, oh, look, little baby drama. Yep. So
that's cool.
Yep. So
that's cool.
But yeah, man, I think I'm just moving in more directions of like, just embracing my unk status,
Nothing wrong with that.
Hey, man, I'd rather like be out there like playing basketball with the kids or like
we playing basketball,
right? You know what I mean? Maybe even like teaching kids how to like produce or like giving them advice or whatever. Just like what I've learned. And I did music for a long time.
Okay.
Yep. Now it's just like my time to like pass it to the young dudes,
I mess with it. The only reason I doubled down on that and I wanted to dig in on it is that Ray and I have discussed that kind of at length on the podcast in the past. And it feels like hip hop is one of the only types of music that has a lifespan on it. And when I say that, I mean like when you get older, people are like, man, that's old motherfucking music or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you too old to be rapping, dog. Man,
so
but a country singer, you can be Willie Nelson at 98 years old, still out there rocking.
I've had this discussion with people, and I feel like, hey, look at the clips. You know what I mean? The album was.
Talking about the rappers?
Yeah, that album was hard, dude. And they're like
bananas.
50, right? I mean, they're shitting on everybody, But me myself, man, like when I was living what I was talking about. You know what I mean? Like I guess I could tell old stories, or I guess what it honestly is just like if we're keeping it 100, is that I just don't feel inspired like I did when I was younger. I used to obsess on it, like, oh, I got to get the syllable right. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like me personally, I'm growing out of it. But The production, I still mess with the production. I produce like for like an hour every day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
that's what's up.
Yeah. Nothing else. I'll just drop instrumental albums.
Okay.
You know. So.
Hell yeah. Well, all right. So we'll keep this one short and sweet. We'll circle back around when the book comes out or when you get a little closer with the book.
Yeah.
And got some more music in development. But let's plug where people can find out more about the book. I don't know if you're posting on your IG or your Facebook.
Yep,
or
just Drama Mafia Music on Instagram.
And that's just how it's spelled. Drama
Mafia Music. Yep, just like on the thumbnail. Or you can find me on Facebook, Rodney Ryan. You know, so.
Okay.
Holler at me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I appreciate you coming on here and telling your story a little more.
Opportunity, man.
Yeah.
You know?
It's always fun to have you on, bro.
Yeah, man. I was here like when we were first starting this, you know. Like,
yeah.
It's good to come back and touch on it again, you know.
For sure. We've been rocking together for a long time.
Man. Yes, sir.
So, and shout out to Big Ray West for jumping up in the comments and dropping us something in the chat. And hopefully me and Ray got another episode coming up in just a few hours. And also, Ray and I also have, for anybody that doesn't know or may still need a ticket, we got the Grateful Tour 2026, Friday, March 6th, being tomorrow at XBK Live here in Des Moines, Iowa. You can still get a ticket from me or Ray. We both have tickets, as well as my homie Crisis Child and the homie Cold Saint. We all got tickets available for it. That is courtesy of Metro Live and Nice Enough Entertainment. So shout out to the homie Strawstone and them for coming through and putting that on. And definitely, you know what I mean? You want to get out and check that out because it's Ritz, it's Ritz and more. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a live ass show tomorrow. And DJ Chris Crisis is gonna be up in there. That's my dog. Shout out DJ Chris Crisis and all of that. It's at XBK Live in Des Moines, Iowa, March 6th. Doors open at 6:00. See you there or be square. Man, thank you for everybody watching, tuning in, subscribing, sharing the podcast. That's how we grow this thing and you know, really put some eyes on it and let people know what we're doing out here in Des Moines, Iowa. And I appreciate everybody tuning in and watching. You know what I mean? We already had a handful of people up in here watching with us, and we're going to continue to grow that. We're creeping on 10,000 subs on the YouTube page.
Yes, sir.
You know, it's growing mega. So I appreciate everybody hitting that bell, subscribing, liking, and following. And I'll see y'all here hopefully in a couple hours with the homie Big Ray West. And until then, it's your boy Wilson. I'm out.
Peace.
We've been known to snatch a piece or two. Y'all can't take over cause we gon' eat the you. Rock steady like a ginger brought Aretha through. This shit torture and I'ma keep feeding you. On that East Coast shit, y'all better duck down. Price on his dome, 5 on it like yuck mouth. When the plug get knocked, that's when the price jump. American Nightmare, that's where the Spice won. Rappers running like Ricky in the alleyway. Putting an end to the week, no Saturday. They want static, get it shaking like hash is clay. Passionate thugs mixing Douce with Alizé.
Don't play with us, them moves ain't got you safe enough. Yelling fuck 'em like Smokey off the angel dust. My life so real, sounds like I made it up. Been up so long, I don't remember waking up. Dangerous, softer than a razor's touch. We hit that script and get the cake enough. God hate ugly, so ain't no saving us. Been up so long, I don't remember waking up.
Big balls don't take